Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here to do your reading for Aries, the week of September 27th. I'm doing it today because I will be gone this weekend. I'm actually going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to do a 9-card spread, do a card for the energy of the week, and then the challenges. And then we'll get some advice cards, and I want to get an angelic blessing at the end. Now, just a quick word on the astrology. And I'm just going to shuffle while I talk, but I'm not going to take these cards. Although that was funny because that was the one that came up. So Sun is in Libra now, which should definitely feel quieter for all of us. Mars is still in Virgo, and he's going to stay in Virgo until October 4th. So you're probably still like busy bees, working on details, still like thinking things through, maybe still getting a little bit lost in your head, but definitely not as much as the past couple of weeks. Now this week has a lot of planetary movement. First we have the new moon tomorrow in Libra at 5 Libra. And you remember we talked about this last week. It was a man watches his ideals take form. So that's a very, very powerful image. The same day, Saturn is on the South Node. So it's also going to give you a very good opportunity to see how far you've come in terms of releasing your past and how much progress you've actually made towards your future. And then at that point, slowly, but the Saturn and the nodes are going to start separating. The nodes will be moving in one direction and Saturn will be moving in another. So this is really kind of like, that end of the season sizzle reel where you get to see all the highlights of everything that you've learned and how far you've come over the course of this past year, particularly since the Aries new moon, because we have an Aries full moon in a couple of weeks, and so that will be another big moment. Now, outside of the new moon tomorrow, we have Pluto going direct on October 3rd. We have Mercury moving into Scorpio on October 3rd. We have Mars moving into Libra on October 4th. So this is, when all these planets start changing sign, like Libra, Venus, right? And then Venus will move into into Scorpio next week. So this next week is going to have a lot of movement, but you'll still, I feel like, be emotionally balanced. You may be fielding offers. You may be considering, is this in a lighthearted way, like, oh, I could do this or I could do that. As soon as Mercury moves into Scorpio, your thinking is going to change. It's going to get much more serious. And it'll be less about like, is this something I want to partner with? And more like, is this something I want to merge with? So it'll be taking whatever you've been thinking about in this Libra moment really to a very deeper level. And then Venus, when she moves into Scorpio, is going to do that as well. But she, at that point, will be affecting the Sun and Mars. So, we're going to be taking as Mars moves through Libra, we're going to be taking the idea of partnership very, very seriously. So it's like not playing around anymore. Like if Mars was going through Libra, we might be like a little bit indecisive, kind of dandy attitude, like, sure, it's all good. But with Mars going through Libra and Venus in Scorpio, everything is going to be that much more serious. So not like, do I want to partner this? It like really, really taking things seriously. Like you could potentially be it. And that's what I'm looking for right now. So that said, I want to start off with 3 cards for the past energy. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to say. This new moon tomorrow, because of the energy that's around it and because of what's going on, where there is a very clear detachment from where we've been and where we are now. And we're very much setting a line in the sand of what we will accept, what we won't accept, what we want, what we're no longer willing to compromise on, like building things to our true heart's content. This is a fantastic new moon to do 6-month intentions under. So anything that, you've got like a wish list, things that you're really, really serious about. This isn't a time to put things that like joking, passing things like, oh, I could take it. Like whatever you're very serious about manifesting, that new moon energy is going to be fantastic to do some sort of manifestation ritual under. So I would take that into consideration. Now, let's get 3 cards, please, for Aries. Past energy leading up to today, to where we are. 3 cards for energy, for Aries energy leading. Okay. That's a lot. Okay. So like I said, what's in your heart? So starting passion project, getting to work on it, wishes, and being very, very selective in what you allow into, but also into your like mental field, so this is a story of hard work towards wishes with an incredible added flair for discernment, right? So this is a very nice past story. Let's see where we are present. Can I have 3 cards, please, for Aries? Current energy, week of September 27th. 3 cards for Aries current energy. Three cards, Aries current energy, please. Okay, Sun, amazing. 4 of Swords. So, while we're in the process of making all this happen, don't forget to take care of yourself and take a rest. 1 more card, please, for current energy. Okay. 6 of Cups. Yes. So from the 4 to the 6, let's see the next 3 ones. I love the Sun. I never get the Sun. So I love it when the Sun shows up. We have 2 major arcanas, wishes, making them come to light, a moment of reflection. I don't usually like this as like a nostalgia. I mean, it depends on the context, but I think that this is more like, there's all this like there's these lilies here, and it's about birthing new things with a sense of innocence, and also this child here. So things, that can bring sort of childish happiness that have to do with children, or things that make you feel pure. Let me get the next 3 cards, and then let's get the other 2 cards. Can I have 3 cards for Aries? Evolution of current energy in the future. 3 cards for Aries. Evolution of this current energy. Okay. Page of Cups. 7 of Wands. Okay, so offers leveling up, but also a sense that you have to defend yourself and defend your beliefs and what's in this cup. It's like here you've been given that lily, and it's sort of manifesting here. And there's a sense that it has to be defended against others. So can I get 1 more card, please, for Aries? 1 more card on the evolution of this energy for Aries. One more card, please. Aries, evolution of current energy. What's the last card in this story? Okay, well done. Oh, great. Wonderful. So hold on, let's put some context around that and get 2 other cards. Now, I was using a different deck, but I was very much driven to to use my Dutch deck. So as you know, that means that I have to get the translation. So I'll get the card, we'll get the obstacles, and then I'll just quickly look at the translation and I'll come back. Okay, so can I get, what's the energy, overall energy for Aries? Overall energy for Aries. September 27th. Okay. I've seen this before. I can never remember what it means, but I'll figure it out in a second. And then what are the challenges? And then actually I want to clarify this. What are the challenges facing Aries? Week of September 27th, 2019. Challenges facing Aries. Week of September 27th, 2019. Okay. So clinging to the past, crazy. So that 5 of Cups came up twice. All right, so that's a thing. Consciousness. So this is an Ace of Swords. And maturity, which is interesting because this came up when I was shuffling also. This is an Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so these are the challenges. And I'm pretty sure we got like kind of like a clinging to the past as the challenge last week. Let me look this up real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so this says, I'm so excited to read this to you. This says gifted, okay? And remember I said being given a gift or being given, and here it is. Let me read you this description here of this card. So it says gifted. This is a reminder that you are most certainly talented, gifted, and skilled in a very special way. It's time to stop looking outside and comparing yourself to others. Your gifts were never intended to function or work exactly the same as another person's gift, right? So it's like being given something that's different that allows you to shine in a unique way. So by looking at how others are more gifted or better than you, you are unintentionally sending out energy to the universe, which says you are less than. This action is the very thing that's blocking your gifts from developing to their fullest potential. You cannot compare yourself to anyone else. If you see greatness in someone else, it's because you hold the quality of greatness within you. That's that Rumi quote, you know, the greatness you see in me is a reflection of you. Reflection. Okay, because you hold it. That is how the world mirrors ourselves for us by seeing ourselves in others. This card can also come if you are experiencing fear or apprehension about sharing your gifts with the world. Underlying this fear are beliefs and doubts about whether you are enough or good enough. Okay, and that's also interesting, you know, because there's this card here that like it's being given the gift, but then he's kind of turning away, right? So it's like what was like that? So almost like analyzing, like, am I good enough? Should I be carrying this? Is this mine? Is it worth it? So underlying this fear are beliefs and doubts about whether you are enough or good enough. Spirit is asking you to start addressing those beliefs immediately. Sometimes our fear of sharing our gift is the very thing that blocks us from discovering how we can best use it in service to others. In either case, the gifted card comes because you are doubting yourself, questioning who you are as a person and whether you have anything of value to give. Your unique gifts are very needed here on the planet. Spirit is asking that you place your doubts aside and start to cultivate self-worth and personal value. You were given certain gifts because only you could bring them into the world in the way that you do. Trust your soul's wisdom in choosing the path that you are on and the gifts you are here to give, right? So this is very much, you have been given something very special to shine in a way that is very unique in this world, right? And right now there may be a sense of doubt, like, is it mine? Am I going to be good enough? I always feel like I'm in competition with other people, like I'm always fighting to defend my ideals. And then there's this concern. What if it's not good enough? What if it's not, what if the things that I thought I needed, like what if I needed those things that I let go of, or what? And remember that Two of Cups came out at the beginning, and here's the Two of Cups that you're not seeing or you're not paying attention to, which are these two cups right here, right? The gifts that you hold. So in paying attention to, perhaps these are other people's cups, or what was in other people's cups that should be just let go, there's still some attention to that. And what needs to happen is to turn around and take these two gifts and focus them in the right direction, so that they can bloom. Like there's a little flower that wants to grow up into this big giant sunflower. And you've been working on it for a long time, on this thing that's like in your heart, that's and also look at these shining stars from the divine that are over here. The two major arcanas that come up are blessing us with a sort of light. And we seem to risk getting into a really tough headspace if we're not careful. Okay. And this could be the Scorpio energy that comes in. Scorpio can get a little bit intense. Right. And so these two things here, they're the challenges. And this talks about consciousness. This is the Ace of Swords. This is Ace of Pentacles. So interesting. There's 3 aces on the table. Also interesting under that new moon energy. And this talks about, they're both about having the absolute mastery of all that is present in the universe. He's reached the highest state of consciousness, which means that he can create. It's almost like the Magician card. And I wanted to read a couple sentences out of this, that he's been able to master his mind, right? So not let his mind put him into this place, but know when he should be stepping into this place. So there is, and to have that maturity, to not get stuck in, I know it's usually the 5 of Wands, that's the childish games, but this is also, is this argument necessary? Is there a different way to deal with this? Do you need to keep fighting others, or can you just focus on yourself and on what, can you just do you without getting here, right? And actually, let me read real quick one of the lines, because they talked about gifts also. So here, this consciousness one says, when you choose this card, and so this is our challenge, right? To take what's the good of this card. When you choose this card, it means that there's crystal clarity available right now, detached, rooted in the deep stillness that lies at the core of your being. There is no desire to understand from the perspective of the mind. The understanding you have now is existential, whole, in harmony with the pulse of life itself. Accept this great gift and share it. Now, I also want to read maturity, because I'm pretty sure it mentions gift in there too. So that's clearly the message of the week. Kind of like, take the gift, develop it, grow it, blossom. It's a choice to fall into this energy, and we're being asked to not do so. He doesn't have to fight. He could also, he's on a higher ground, right? Couldn't he just put that wand down and head off in a different direction? So it's like, how much are we choosing to stay engaged in battles? How much are we choosing to stay engaged in the dramas of our past? Now let me find this one here. Okay, so the inner flowering, the inner flowering and the wholeness that he feels affords the possibility of unlimited movement. He can move in any direction. Within and without, it makes no difference, as his joy and maturity cannot be diminished by externals. he has come to a time of centeredness and expansiveness. The white glow around the figure is his protection and his light. When you draw this card, know well this moment carries a gift for hard work well done. Your base is solid now, and success and good fortune are yours, for they are the outcome of what has already been experienced within, right? So I mean, amazing. Love it. Be wary when you're letting yourself get sucked into past dramas. And, you know, it's possible that Saturn on the South Node is going to throw you one little final exam. My ex-narc popped up again out of nowhere yesterday. I thought he was... So, you know, there may be an opportunity of the past to represent or to represent itself, to see what you do. Stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. These are the energies that you want to be embodying. I know you can't really see it. I wish you could see it better, but and sorry about that nail. These are the energies you want to be embodying. Page of Cups, Six of Cups, Sun, Star. Stay as much in this, use this discernment that you've achieved over the past few months, over the past few years, because of hard times, because of loss, because of moments of reflection. Use all of that to allow yourself to shine. You know, sometimes they say we're as afraid of success as we are of failure, but the word gift shows up. Two key words that keep showing up: flowering and gift, right? So we have a gift that's wanting to, and I think I said something about blooming last week. So it's very much, we are finally like coming into our season of blooming. So please stay in this energy as much as possible, and be conscious of when others, because it's always going to come from the external, others are luring you into this energy. The choice to go there is ultimately yours, and that's the challenge for the week. Now let's get some words of advice from the Divine Energy Oracle, and then I'll close this out. Can I get a card, please, for advice for Aries, week of September 27th? This looks so awesome. Aries, week of September 27th. Okay. Engage higher reason. Okay, so this keeps coming up. Stay in your top mind. Stay in your top mind. Mastery of consciousness and maturity. Know when to be able to move out of this space. Okay, and then the angel. Blessing for Aries for the week of September 27th. Angel blessing for the week of September 27th, 2019. I'll take that one. Okay. The guardian angel of health. My attitudes about myself are rich in love and acceptance. So that's also talking about this gift, right? Accept the gift. Accept that you are as special as you want to believe you are. That you have a unique gift that is here ready to shine. And that this is your moment, but you have to accept the gift in order for it to be able to grow and blossom. All right, I'm going to end there. I will be back in a couple of days with the October first half reading. Take care.